Now, whenever I make a video about CC, I get comments like this. I'm getting so fed up with CC, morons just get worse and worse. I swear he's getting worse. So I thought we would check together and answer the question, is CC getting worse? Or has he always been an idiot? Please subscribe.
I spent close to 40 years thinking we lived on a ball. But then a light bulb went off and I became the smartest person in the world, just like you are for being here.
Well, ha.
Hang on a second. So thinking that the earth is flat and that space is fake makes you the smartest person in the world? Okay. Now, I don't want to jump the gun and say we may have already answered the question, but we may have already answered the question.
I really want to talk to you about the space shuttle. And I was on somebody's channel the other day watching this, and he had a lot of interesting things to say, and I'm going to share it with you right now.
Ooh, very cool and interesting. Now, the Space Shuttle program was the fourth human spaceflight program carried out by the National Aeronautics and Space Administration.
I believe his channel is UAP, and he's got plenty of subs, so, you know, just look for it. It's called the Space Shuttle Hoax.
Chris, it was going so well. Okay, why was the Space Shuttle a hoax?
And he discussed how possibly the middle rocket, that's the orange rocket, is actually filled with helium. And these things are like bouncy houses, you know, and that's all it basically is. And
Wait, take your time now, Porky Pig. Middle rocket on the space shuttle is the external tank. It's the big orange tank that provides the fuel, liquid hydrogen, and an oxidizer, liquid oxygen, for the shuttle's three main engines during launch. It's basically the shuttle's fuel tank, but calling it a rocket might be a bit of a stretch, CC.
Which is an amazing thought, because I want you to go back, way back, to the first space shuttle launch that we had. And just take a quick look at it, you know. Uncover the lies, because this thing does not look like a solid rocket booster at all. I mean, it really doesn't.
On April 12, 1981, NASA's Space Shuttle Columbia embarked on its maiden voyage, marking the beginning of a new era in space exploration. And this groundbreaking mission, known as STS-1, was the first time a reusable spacecraft was launched into orbit and returned safely to Earth. And I'm no expert, but those two big white things either side of the big orange tank look a lot like solid rocket boosters to me. What did you expect them to look like, Chris?
Go back to the Challenger shuttle disaster. Well, fake disaster, of course.
But the Challenger disaster was witnessed by a huge audience, both in person and on television. Now, it's estimated that about 17% of the American population watched the launch live on TV, which means in real time, as it was happening, Chris. And that translates to roughly 42 million people, and that's without the thousands of spectators who were present at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida to witness the launch firsthand.
When that reflection that you see of the sun right at the tip of that rocket, it just looks, it doesn't look like it's reflecting off a metal. It looks like it's reflecting off of some sort of like plastic layer or something like that.
So because you don't like the way the sun was reflecting off the Challenger craft, then that makes the whole thing fake?
And I think it very well could be, because if you look at these launches, about, I don't know, 5 seconds before they let these things go, you can see the thing is wobbling a little bit, almost like it's losing its balance. How could that be? This thing is solid, you know? I mean, this has got 3 solid rocket boosters supposedly on it that weigh God knows what, and then the shuttle on it. How could this thing just be like hovering around and then it takes off?
Wobbling observed when the Challenger was about to take off is known as twang, and it occurs due to the flexing of the space shuttle stack. You know, the shuttle itself, the solid rocket boosters, and the big orange tank in the middle. And it happens as the shuttle's main engines ignite and is a perfectly normal and expected part of the shuttle's launch sequence, indicating the immense forces and the mechanical interplay between the shuttle's components. And it was visible in the Challenger launch as well as all other space shuttle launches. So I don't see your point.
All right, the 2 rockets on the side, yes, those are actually rockets. I'm talking about the cylinder in the middle, possibly is a bouncy house filled with helium. And it would explain a lot. When these things explode, they explode into a billion pieces. There's no trace of anything. How could that be?
This morning, the discovery undersea of a large section of the Space Shuttle Challenger.
I don't know, Chris. I guess it's just one of life's mysteries. But you know what isn't a mystery? The fact that helium is not explosive because it's an inert gas, which means it doesn't react chemically with other substances under normal circumstances.
There's no metal, there's no nothing, it's just nothing. All they have pieces of are the shuttle. They get pieces of that because that probably, that is real. Well, not real, it's going to go into space because there is no space. They curve off into the Bermuda Triangle, and they either ditch them or they blow them up.
Right, okay, there was a lot there. So the space shuttle is real, but not real because space is fake. And all spacecrafts that we see take off get flown out to the Bermuda Triangle to get blown up. And you actually believe this stuff?
And also in the flat Earth, I did want to bring up some other things. No, sorry, I had to mention that, they're just walking, I got my windows rolled down. It's a beautiful day here down in NYC. Come on down, enjoy yourself. Talk about flat Earth with somebody. Maybe you'll wake somebody up.
Or make them pee their pants laughing. Right, Chris?
You're not allowed anywhere near these things when they're about to launch, nor are you allowed anywhere near when it's just being set up and they're doing a preparatory launch on it. No, you're not allowed anywhere near this thing. You know why? Because if you really took a look at this ridiculous fake thing that NASA puts up there, those snakes, you'll see that is probably a helium balloon up there, and the space shuttle doesn't have any seats in it. It's just completely hollowed out with nothing in it. Why would there be? Oh yeah, that's right, because of the astronauts actually go into the shuttle and they wave to us. No, they don't. They go in there and then they sneak out like little snakes that they are. And then they get back off.
Look how angry he gets just at mentioning the word NASA. Chris, come on, you're going to do yourself a mischief. Now, most of what he just said doesn't even deserve a reply because it was all really childish, about the astronauts waving out the window and then sneaking off and getting off the shuttle. I mean, really, come on, you're a grown man. But as far as not being able to be too close when a shuttle used to launch, it's not because of blast pressure or shock waves or the toxic fumes it creates.
Oh, man. It's just so bad. Check out his channel. He'll tell you all about the shuttle. I'm going to agree with him on it because it sounds really true. Everything that I've seen, just study these. Study it when the rocket's like kind of wobbling around a little bit. You know what I'm talking about? And you'll see the lies. And you'll uncover, after like 3 years, I'm still uncovering things. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, but you're not, are you? You're not discovering anything. All you're doing... Look, this video is no different to any of your other videos. It all boils down to one simple thing. If you think something looks a little off, by default, that makes it fake. All you're showing, Chris, is your complete lack of understanding of pretty much anything that's based in reality.
I mean, all of these years now, I'm still uncovering things, and it gets deeper and deeper and deeper.
But Chris, you couldn't uncover your ass if you lived in a nudist colony. Watching YouTube videos from other creators who already think like you, or don't think, whichever the case may be, is not proving anything other than the fact that you are the most gullible human being I have ever come across in my life. You'll believe anything except the truth.
About Hollywood, about the sports, about the government, about the billionaires, about all the companies that are out there. That's why flat earthers can't stop, because there's so much shit out there. There's so much material that we're dealing with here.
Well, thank you for proving my point for me. What the hell do any of those things have to do with the shape of the earth?
That we've got to wake people up. It's not only it is all about flat earth, but it's not only waking people up to the fact like that. Take some other subject and wake them up about that subject, and then get into flat earth. That's the best way to do it.
So what you're saying is then start off by telling a person you come across a load of little lies that you can make them believe, so that when you get to the biggest lie of all time, that the earth is flat, then they're more likely to believe that. Is that your system for converting people to flat earth? How's that going for you?
You really have to do it like that. You know, just find out what they're in, sports especially. All right, sports, everybody loves sports. I felt like I was the only white Caucasian who hated sports. Apparently I'm not.
Hello, editing Creaky here. I'm just giving the video a watch through now and adding some B-roll and sound, all editing good stuff. I didn't notice this when I was actually recording the video, but did he just say he thinks he's the only white Caucasian male that doesn't like sports? Now, far be it from me to correct somebody, I would never dream of doing such a thing, but the use of the word white was kind of redundant, SEC. That's like saying wet water, or saying ATM machine when the M already stands for machine. Anyway, back to the video. Oh, crap! That means I've got something in common with one of the stupidest flat earthers on YouTube. I hate sports as well, Chris.
All right, I think sports is the biggest bullshit racket out there. None of it's fucking true.
Well, hang on just a sec. What do you mean sports isn't true? I may not like it, but I can see that people play it and enjoy watching it. How the hell could sports not be true?
You know, it's a short career, so they better save their money. But who cares? Who cares about them? They don't care about you.
Well, you clearly care, don't you? Otherwise you wouldn't be ranting about it on YouTube, you moron.
I'm going to get into the stars with you later on.
Oh, do we have to? I don't know if I've got the energy left.
I have a philosophy about them, and possibly what the firmament could be made out of. Because I think it's probably made out of the most rarest object on this flat plane. Okay, and that's why I think the stars have that, well, not stars, but whatever. When you look at them, they glitter. Okay?
Don't you mean twinkle? Didn't your mother ever sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star to you?
Now, the watering effect could be our atmosphere. I'm going to agree with you on that because the atmosphere is very thick. That's why we can't see across the ocean to another continent.
Right, Chris, while you were umming and be careful you don't hurt yourself, I've got a question. I couldn't help but notice you just referenced the atmosphere. Not the flat, the atmosphere. So, care to elaborate? I'm just curious how you can have an atmosphere on a flat earth.
All right, anyway, more on that later. I just wanted to get something out there and just say hi to everybody, you know, and just let you know what I've been up to the last a few days, because it's been nerve-wracking, you know, it really has. But everything seems to be good.
Right, I'm sorry I'm whispering, but I don't want Chris to hear me. But earlier on, remember he said he was going to talk about chemtrails? I think he's forgotten.
Oh, the chemtrails.
Ah, crap.
The chemtrails, all right? This is another explanation for the chemtrails, too. When they ditch the shuttle in the Bermuda Triangle or wherever it may be, they're going to relaunch. They actually have a space shuttle somewhere else, maybe Area 51 or something like that. I have no idea. Which is a jet, yeah, basically. I mean, it takes off. It doesn't need to go piggyback on some plane somewhere or piggyback on rockets. It's a regular plane, guys. I got bad news for you. So they get the one that they're actually going to show land. All right, and that's when I think they start doing the chemtrails. They fly this fucking thing up in the sky. There's chemtrails all over the place. There are clouds all over the place. You can't see shit anyway, you know. And then they fly it right down and show it off to everybody. Yeah, we just went to the moon. We all did this. All right, anyway.
Now I want to be very careful here not to misrepresent anything young Christopher just said. So usually people say that chemtrails are the government trying to control our minds by spraying chemicals on us, which is laughable anyway, and we've been into the mechanics of how that would work before on the channel a long time ago. But Chris's idea about chemtrails is that, he said that plenty of times, but he's now also saying that part of the reason that they, whoever they are spraying the skies with chemtrails is to hide the fact that when the space shuttle or any other spacecraft takes off, that the chemtrails are like a camouflage system so that they can hide the fact that they're actually ditching these multi-billion-dollar spacecrafts into the ocean and not really sending them anywhere. Brilliant. Oh, you're still here then. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe even learned something new. If you did, then you'll probably enjoy this video as well. Don't forget to hit the like button if you haven't already and subscribe if you're new. And I will see you all again very soon or in a few minutes if you do decide to watch this recommended video. Love you, bye.